Let's talk about the incentives because again, if I'll ask the question, you can confirm or deny or say I can't answer, but my understanding is that the deal was around $200 million and it was a combination of cash plus equity and paddle. Are you able to share roughly the proportions cash versus equity?
Yep. So it was over 200 million and it was basically half and half.
Got it. That's helpful. And then I listened somewhere to a podcast in prep that as a result of this deal, you minted 13 new millionaires with, employees of ProfitWell or shareholders of ProfitWell. 35 people walked away with 6 figures of, consideration, and a full 100 or so kind of got some consideration in the deal.
Yeah.
Am I getting those numbers ballpark right?
Yeah, that's about right. And that's total consideration. So, I'm sure there's someone who's 13, those 13 that technically they didn't get $1 million in cash, but they got cash and equity. So of the consideration. Yeah.
Yeah. Total consideration. What's that feel like?
Feels pretty cool. I think, I don't know. I think it's kind of funny because I posted this on Twitter actually, and some people were like, yeah. And they were kind of talking crap about people who don't do what we did. And I think there's totally justification for you retaining 100% of your equity. Like, I think that's if you're a business owner and even if you have 100 people, you still retain 100% of it. I think I would want to, if I was your friend, I'd be like, you did all of this, like from an enterprise value, like maybe your core executives should get something, right? But I don't judge it, right? I just think it feels cool. I think it's like, I wanted to be known as a founder who everyone gets paid, right? I think that's the thing that I want, where it's like everyone gets paid and I'll take care of you. Yeah, I got the most because, I was there first, that type of a thing, right? It's not equal distribution here, but, it is also kind of funny too, because we literally announced it. So signed the thing. We did a split sign and close, which I didn't know what this meant. So just for folks listening, we signed on one day and then there was like 2 weeks of like closing stuff, like kind of like closing on a house. You're like, we had to get everyone to sign employment docs and there was a couple of cleanup things, that type of thing. And so what was really interesting about it is we signed April 8th, I think it was. And then that Monday, which was like the 11th, announced to the team. The team kind of knew something was going on because we flew people in and all that kind of stuff. And so announced it. And then I went into like 80 to 90 different one-on-ones, like just like with everybody and like telling them, all right, this is what you're getting. Here's your offer from Paddle. Here are the options on top of what you're getting that you're going to get in Paddle, which is kind of cool. And mostly everyone got a raise. There were some folks that we had already upcycled their comp prior to the thing. So there's some, like no one made less money, but mostly everyone got a raise, which was kind of cool. And I think when you go through those conversations, I had people cry over $10,000 of joy, like tears of joy. And I had people pissed over 6 figures, like I didn't deserve enough, et cetera. And so people are weird and you don't know who's the one who's going to cry and who's the ones who are going to, like, that was another thing. Like money is just weird. Money is weird with people. And it was kind of caught me off guard. Most people are just kind of like, oh, this is great. Thank you. Like, and stuff like that. But then plenty of people would have very intense reactions and mostly all positive. A couple of them were kind of negative, but we took care of that too. Like anyone who was like, I deserve, like there was one person that thought they deserved more. And we were like, well, you always chose cash, or you did choose cash the last couple of times, et cetera. And like in their raises. And then, but even Peter Facundo and I, we were just like, listen, like we don't want anybody to be pissed. So we gave them some of our options that we got as part of our package. Cause we were just like, life's too short, right? I think with some of this stuff, especially like we're talking like $30,000 I'm giving up over like tens of millions of dollars that I got, right? It's like this person's happy. They feel like they're whole and everything like that.
Thanks for watching today's video. To grab your free copy of John Warrillow's best-selling book, Built to Sell, head over to builttosell.com. John's book, Built to Sell, has been endorsed by well-known entrepreneurs like Tim Ferriss, Patrick Bet-David, Dan Lok, amongst many others. But don't just hear it from me, hear it from them.
The most well-known book is Built to Sell. That would be the mega best-selling book. Built to Sell gave me the steps like exactly what to do, right?
One of them being a book I read in 2012 titled Built to Sell that I've recommended to any entrepreneur out there.
There's a good book actually that people can read, which gives them pretty much the gist in the title, and that is Built to Sell.
This book talks about how to get your life back once your business takes over, how to focus on doing what you're supposed to be doing well, and how to build a scalable business that can be sold. Building a business that can be sold is much different than building a profitable business that relies on you, and you are the bottleneck inside your entire company.